have with me Jatin Paranjape, international cricketer. Many things with him. I'm very lucky to have him today. It's 5th of July. I'm going to record this date. Many years back, I could say. Anyway, welcome Jatin. Welcome to my show.
My pleasure.
Many years back, say about 30 years back or 35 years back, when I met Jatin in the Wankhede Stadium, and it was one of my dreams at that time. I was a follower of Ravi Shastri, and I had seen we were playing under 19, under 17. I had seen Jatin doing very well for India, and wanted to see Jatin. And that is the first time I saw him. One dream fulfilled that time. This is another dream getting fulfilled. He's my boss now. Jatin, I started straight away. How did you get into cricket?
So the atmosphere at home was a lot about cricket because my father was playing for Dada Union, captaining Dada Union.
Okay.
And I would remember that the full Dada Union team would on a Wednesday or Thursday evening come over to my house and plan for the Sunday Kanga League match.
Oh, meeting used to take place.
They would have a very deep meeting. So I got interested in cricket and then I started scoring for Dada Union.
Okay.
I was the official scorer.
How old you were at that time?
I must have been in 5th or 6th standard, and so I would go with my various different pens, red, blue, black, with pencil, and I would maintain a very neat kind of scorebook. Nowadays obviously it's all digital, but at that time, so that's what actually taught me about the game, about the various situations in a match, about the importance of various elements of a match. So we used to be playing at Cross Maidan or Shivaji Park Gymkhana or Azad Maidan, so we would be sitting in the tent, and I also got to know about how important it is for a team to gel inside during a match inside the dressing room. So many things.
Son of a Dynamo of Bombay, Mumbai cricket. VASU sir.
Yeah.
Did he say anytime like Jatin you come, or was it like you followed him?
I think he asked me if I would be interested in coming for the game, and I said yes, I would be. So then it just became like a routine.
So you were not pulled towards any other sport at that, football or something?
So actually, I am from Don Bosco. So Don Bosco has a very big hockey tradition also.
Okay.
So my first game in school was hockey.
Okay.
So I continued playing hockey till about 8-9 standard, but then gradually my entire focus went towards cricket. But hockey still remains
You like hockey, huh?
I love hockey.
Okay.
I absolutely love hockey. I'm waiting for the new Hockey India League to start.
Wow.
Because for sure I will be going and watching a few.
I didn't know that. I thought you were more attracted towards football because you follow up the club's matches and all that stuff.
Yeah, I don't think I know football very well. I just watch it like a spectator. But I really enjoy hockey, and now that the game has evolved, hockey has now become a shorter format, and so many rule changes. So yeah, my first game was hockey actually. It's true.
You are my age and 1 year senior, and you played a lot of cricket for India. And being my senior also, you are like my idol. At not a person I would like to follow in the footsteps. Ravi Shastri, Jatin Paranjape. Ravi Shastri was always an idol at that place.
Yeah.
And then I wanted, and then Jatin was there. And you always took care of me while in Bombay. Being in your house, I know a lot of things. You're coming from a background where there's sports and education at home.
Yeah.
Highlight something about it, of your mom being in the education.
Yeah, so my mother, she's retired now, but she she used to be an English literature professor, and both my sisters are doctors. So there was always a big education kind of angle in the house. And I remember in my 10th standard, I got really good marks, and I wanted to go to Poddar because Poddar had the best cricket team. So that choice was made from my side. But I remember my father telling me that you've got good marks, but you also have a sports quota seat. But because you have enough marks, you don't go in the sports quota, go in the general quota, because then you're not stopping one.
Somebody else, yeah.
So my mother always made it clear. In fact, my middle sister, she's like a little bit of a. She used to be like a Hitler of the family. So she made sure, Shubhada, she's now the CEO of a hospital in Nashville, Tennessee. So she was the one who really made sure that I studied, and my eldest sister Radhika as well. So across both of them, they made sure that I studied as well. And yeah, so that's how it
So
actually.
you had got into sports, and tell us something about your mom and what she was in at that particular. She was for Ria College and all the things academics. How it
Yeah, I think a brilliant professor. Even today, so many students come and meet her after so many years. So yeah, she was somebody who she loves cricket as well. She really understands the game very deeply. But at that time, it was that you can play. We don't mind that you want to make a career in cricket, but your studies should not suffer. I think that really helps me now in what we are doing together for.
Yeah, you graduated as a good planner. You had a planning at home, and I saw it in your house. At even 18 or 17, you were a man grown up driving a car after you got a license. Of course, I know. And you were a graduated planner, which I call it. There's nobody like you, and you stuck to your plans. You were very focused. How did it happen? How did you grow into? Was it the home background?
I think Don Bosco also helped me a lot.
The school helped you.
Unbelievable. Because if you see, a lot of Boscoites are very good multitaskers. You will have them doing well in sports, in studies, in extracurricular. In some will be in debating. Some in some might be writing some stuff. So in school somewhere, I was taught to believe that I can be good at both sport and studies. So I think from there on it kind of.
And the time management started from there.
And even I tell my students now, I'm coaching a little bit, as you know, both of us are coaching. But I tell my students that you have to do well in your academics because there's a lot of time during the day. You can really, if you use it properly, there is enough of time to do both the things. And I found that playing cricket helped my studies and studying properly regularly helped my cricket as well. So there was no overthinking because my days would be full all the time. So I think it all works out. You just need to plan well. Today, somebody like a Virat Kohli is an amazing planner. You ask him next year what he is doing in the month of July, he'll tell you. So it's all very granularly done.
Yeah. Planning is very good, and that's how it helps you grow big and you plan yourself and you reach your goals better. I know you. I'm coming to. I know you very personally, so close. At different levels. I know you have gone to various tough times. I remember the typhoid you had, and the way you used to train, and then you wanted to get into the Indian side again and get into the Bombay side. The way you used to work. There was a phase when you played India under 19. You got selected. Tell us something how you got into the Indian side. What were the runs you scored for Bombay at that year?
So I think Bombay has always been a very strong side. And it took me a while to cement my place in the Bombay team.
Bombay under 19. I'm talking of Bombay under 19. We'll come to Bombay later.
Under 19 team, I think that bunch was a super bunch. Really fantastic bunch. Sachin, Vinod, Mayur Kadrekar, Abhijit Kale, myself, Paras Mamre, Sairaj Gautule. Very strong team.
Nilesh
Kulkarni,
later Mushtaq Ali.
Nilesh is
Mushtaq
Khan. Nilesh is much younger to us. So that team was a very strong team, and then I got selected in a group of 25 or 26 probables for whom they had kept some selection matches at Wankhede Stadium. And then I got selected for the India under 19 team to go to Pakistan, and that was like a game changer for my career. I remember I went there very keen to prove myself. And it was the tour started on the worst possible note. They say in cricket that if you're a batsman, your career is never over till you've got a pair. And in the first match of that tour, I got a pair. I got 0 in the first inning, 0 in the second innings, and I was like, oh my God, what is going to happen after this? But luckily, I found my rhythm very quickly. I came back to India as the highest scorer of that tournament, some 600 runs or something like that. And after that, so from there, my India under.
So that was the series of 5 test matches, of 3 test matches, I guess. And you saved you and Anil Kumble. And tell us something. I'll come back to that. Tell us something about the Pakistan side comprised of that time.
So it was a very strong side. There was Mushtaq Ahmed, Moeen Khan, Zahid Fazal, Inzamam Ullah. Aqib Javed was there. Waqar Yunus was there. So Arshad Khan was there as well. So very strong side. Zahid Fazal was there, who played a lot for Pakistan. Basit Ali was there. Basit is still a friend, a very dear friend of mine. So fantastic team, and even our side was very strong. Anil Kumble was there, Ajay Jadeja, Ashish Kapoor, Ranjit Biswal, Saurav Ganguly, Vinod Kamli played a couple of games, Mayur Kadrekar played a couple of games. So yeah, it was great.
That was the first time I saw you on who's Jatin Paranjape. That was on the television, and it was a black and white television that era. And you and Anil Kumble had a exclusive partnership which saved India from at shackles at that particular time. Tell us about that instance, very important instance in your life.
Yeah, I think it was at Eden Gardens. We were chasing 296 or 269, I don't remember. But in some 44, 45 overs, and we were 39 for 4. Then Bhupinder Singh Jr. and I had a partnership. And then Anil and I had Samir Mehra and I had a partnership, and then Anil and I had a partnership, and we won that game. And the Pakistani attack was like, Mushtaq, Arshad, Bakar Yunus. Fire. So it was just one of those days where everything clicked, and we won that game, and everybody was so happy. But it was strange. I came back after the game to Bombay, and the next day the Ranji Trophy probables were out. And I was not picked in the Ranji.
I was going to come there. That's why I said leave the Bombay thing
which is a mystery, like how the Bermuda Triangle is a mystery.
You spoke it out before I asked you. That was one of the toughest times.
Like how the Bermuda Triangle is a mystery. I would love to go and ask those selectors what were they thinking.
Yeah, that's exactly I was going to ask you. You started about it before you would ask, because that was your toughest time. I thought you were looking very and talking about it in that way. And that is the most hurt point which you have. And that's the reason you brought it up, Bermuda Triangle. So tell us, what were your feelings that time, at that particular moment? And today you can just do that. Yeah. But that particular moment, after achieving, you're on the television, you're doing so well for the country, and suddenly at least to be in the squad, you should have been there in the Bombay side, but you're not there.
Yeah, and the rest of the India under-19 team were already playing Ranji Trophy.
Yeah.
For their respective states. Saurav had played for Bengal, Ajay was playing for Haryana. Everybody was playing, and even they could not understand. I remember getting a few phone calls कि यार कैसे यार ये कौन है, ये selector कौन है, और ये बाकी के 30 players जो तेरे कौन है तेरे से अच्छे, so but it's just one of those things. I was always taught by my father that your job is to play, the selector's job is to select. Your job is not to select, so you calm down.
Do your part.
Just focus on your part.
But still, doing your part is fine, but at that age, take all that and really give back. And the next year, I think in the college matches, in inter-college, you were in the first year, second year. Where I came in the first year, you were in the second year.
Yeah.
And you really showed runs and runs.
Yeah.
In every time you entered the field, and I think that was how you gave it back, right?
Yeah, it's not about giving back. It's not about giving it back. But yes, I had a really good season. I think in the final I got a double 100 against Junjunwala at RCF. So yeah, it was all good. I was playing well. I think that India under-19 tour to Pakistan just opened my eyes up. I'd never played pace like that before. So that India under-19 tour and the India A tour to Pakistan, both to Pakistan. That India A tour happened in 1998, but both those tours took my game up a couple of notches. I'm always a batsman who enjoyed playing fast bowling. I enjoyed the challenge of playing fast bowling. Wankhede, which was my home ground, always had a spicy wicket. CCI had a spicy wicket, so I love playing on those grounds, I just thought that as a batsman, it's important to, if you get in, you have to make it count. And I think somebody like Milind Rege helped me a lot. He helped me a lot. First of all, he gave me a chance to play for Tata Sports Club, which was like a dream come true for me.
I'm coming there.
Yeah.
I think, to my knowledge of cricket and to experience what I have with you, my time spent, you were one of the few left-handers. I'm not taking the names, I'm not putting the names, but you were one of the few left-handers who enjoyed playing pace.
I loved
You loved pace, and I saw that whenever you used to go to England, you used to practice that rubber ball, and you used to literally enjoy playing pace. You were one of the Australian left-handers who because most of the left-handers I have played, and India also seen at that, but they enjoy playing spin.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not quoting names.
Yeah.
Yeah, but tell me how you the liking for pace.
I was always a big fan of Alan Border.
Wow.
I always admired Alan Border, Mark Taylor. You know, these guys who used to grit it out and score.
Mark Taylor.
Used to.
I'll come back to it later.
Who used to grit it out and score runs. I enjoyed that challenge, and I think even as early as playing for Poddar under Zubin Barucha, you know, I think we used to have a Poddar junior net and a senior net. So only when you were a really good junior could you get a chance to play in the senior net, and you had all these fast bowlers and then I would say to myself, you know, chalo now it's a good opportunity to play them. Plus, my father had taken me to the MRF Pace Foundation for 10 days.
Okay.
So I came, I played 10 days of pace bowling, you know, the best fast bowlers in India. And I came back, you know, wanting to kind of get better at that. Not to say that my game against spin was not good, it was a good thing, but I was batting at a number where you had to play pace a lot. So yeah, I really enjoyed that.
Coming back to your technique, and then you moved on to become a Tata boy. From Poddar boy, from the Don Bosco to Poddar to Tata boy. Tell us something about your Tata experience.
So the Tata experience happened only because of Milind Rege.
Yeah.
There was nobody else who was kind of willing to believe in me at that time. From the people who were looking after A division teams, you know, not many people kind of believed in. But then Milind Rege said that, you know, I'll give you a good shot at number 3, and I was very excited because you know, Lachan Rajput, Shishir Hatangri.
And it is this too after doing a lot of runs in the Poddar, you know, getting runs.
Those were different times.
Yeah.
Nowadays we treat youngsters in a very open manner.
Yeah.
Those were different times, but but I was really keen on playing for Tata's because first of all, you know, I used to look up to Ravi Shastri a lot, and he was captain of Tata's, and then I played so many years with him. But this was a young Tata team which was being built. Ambey Parwatkar joined the year earlier.
Sairaj.
And then this batch had me, Sairaj, just me and Sai, and then Paras joined a year or two later.
Yeah, later on.
So Sai and I joined Tata's together, but playing for Tata's was unbelievable. One of my dear friends, Manoj Joberkar, also used to play for Tata's, very busy player.
Later on, he joined.
About 2 or 3 years later on. So that's how the Tata journey began.
Then Saurav Ganguly also was a member of Tata.
Yes, we had Saurav Sabha, we had Milind Gunjar. I learned a lot from Milind Gunjar. Terrific player, boss.
Zubin Barucha, Milind Gunjar, their academies, like, you know, they create gurus.
Milind Gunjar, you know, like the amount of runs they have scored.
Accumulators. Procedures.
No, they played according to the situation. You know, they read the situation so well. Lachan Rajput was a superb reader of the game. Shishir Hatangri was a very good.
You actually filled in the shoes of LLCP in the side.
Yeah. And Shishir actually, you know, also helped me a lot. Just being around, you know. And yeah, it was a very, very strong side. Raju Kulkarni was there. So our attack was Raju Kulkarni, Ambey Parwatkar,
Prasad
Desai, Ravi Kulkarni, and then Sai, and yeah.
Coming to that. Ultimately, when was the time you got called for Bombay? Did it happen?
Yeah, the first
TATA'S.
After the first season, during the first season of Time Shield cricket, I played for Bombay.
And then Jatin evada karud hota, then Jatin because every Sagnavati you had given, I think.
You know, what's life without a few people who don't believe in you, right?
Yeah.
They make you wake up earlier next morning and try that much harder.
So Jatin got into Ranji side, and then your debut season, I think. What was it like? You know, tell us.
I was in such good form that I just, first season. No, coming into Ranji Trophy, I was in such good form.
Yeah.
But then I got 100 in my first.
Most of the Poddarites got. Zubin got 100 on debut. You got 100 on debut.
Yeah.
Sai got a 5 on debut.
Rajesh Sanghi got 100 on debut.
Yeah.
Rajesh Sanghi got 100 on debut. I think I'm missing somebody else out. But I was in very good form going into that Ranji Trophy season. And yeah, it all just kind of worked out.
You're missing Mazhar out. Mazhar was I came in second game or third game into the.
Mazhar didn't get 100 on debut.
Mazhar didn't get, but Mazhar was that wily off spinner, one of the best.
Mazhar might have given 100 on debut.
You don't have to say that. Okay, coming back to your Ranji and tell us about your Ranji. You are one of the best left-handers. Bombay has seen Vinod Kamli, Manoj Zavrekar, yourself, many Amitabh Vilaskar, lot of things. Jatin Paranjape was a guy, a defiant force who has won matches whenever the chips were down. And tell us something about Ranji Trophy game. Which is your best Ranji Trophy game?
Best Ranji Trophy game, probably the two big finals. The two finals I loved was one in Gwalior versus Delhi, which was a day and night final. The second one was 19.
Day and night final?
Yeah, all 5 days. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
so was it a white ball game?
White ball. So after every 40 overs, you could change the ball.
So when was this? Which year was it?
It was 1997.
So you're playing MP?
No, we were playing Delhi.
Oh.
In Gwalior.
Oh.
And
I think this happened only 1 year.
Yeah, and it just happened 1 year.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
Yeah.
Because the spinners were just out of the game completely.
Yeah.
So that was a big game. Then we beat Bengal at the Wankhede Stadium in 1994, which was Ravi's last game as a first-class cricketer.
Yeah.
And so that was an interesting game.
That was after he came back again on knee operation. He came back to play one season.
Yes, and he led a very, very young Bombay team to the title. We were playing Bengal with Arun Lal as the captain, Chetan Sharma, Saurav Ganguly, Snehashish Ganguly.
Randy Bose was there?
No, Sagar Moy Sen Sharma, Prashant Vaidya.
Prashant Vaidya playing for Bengal?
Yes.
Okay.
So Prashant Vaidya, Chetan Sharma, Sagar Moy Sen Sharma. That was the bowling attack. Utpal Chatterjee, so very experienced team.
Okay.
And
Sardindo Banerjee.
Yeah, Sardindo also played that game, I think. And everybody said, oh, this Bombay team is not going to be able to do anything. But
you all won it in Eden Gardens. It was a big one.
No, at Wankhede.
Okay. Yeah. So Ranji's thing started and then you got to the rest of India side. Did you happen to get? How did you get in India? How was the India call like? How was?
I had a big 1996-1997 season, and then we won the Ranji Trophy in Gwalior. The next, so I got 100 in that Ranji Trophy final. 111, and should have got 200 to be honest with you. And then we played the Irani Trophy as the first match of the next season. So that was Bombay versus rest of India.
So you played for Bombay?
Yeah, I got 100 that game again.
Okay.
And it was a close game, but we won. Sanjay Manjrekar was our captain.
Wow.
And from there on, I think,
the Indian selectors always had a better belief in you. I believe them.
Yeah,
they got you a call. At least after this performance, you got a call straight away to Indian team.
Yeah, I just...
You're lucky with the Indian team.
Yeah, I just played 4 matches for India, unfortunately, but I played in very strong teams. So the batting lineup was Sidhu, Sachin, Ganguly, Dravid, Azharuddin and me. So the top batting lineup.
And I think Azu had slowly, gradually had a liking for you until you had an injury or something.
Yeah. So there was many people, Anshu Bhai was the coach.
Okay.
So Anshu Bhai was very fond of me as well.
Okay.
But was well looked after by everybody. So just thankful for... In life, you've got to be thankful.
You got it in the Indian side. Much deserving personality to get in the Indian side, and then you had an injury, I guess, and then which made you a little bit more out of the side, and you were overlooked after for the next series. And the person to replace you, I guess, was Yuvraj Singh. Was it?
Yeah, I think
Yuvraj came in after that.
2-3 new players came in at that time. And then playing for Bombay is like a double-edged sword. Okay. Because if you do well, then you get picked very quickly.
And if you don't, then you're out.
But it's a struggle to break into the Bombay team. So at that time, and तभी थोड़ा quota system type ऐसा thought process था. There was no formal quota system. I don't want people to get the wrong impression. But the mindset was कि यार Bombay के 5 player तो already West Zone team में हैं. अभी छठा कैसे लेंगे? So I was always the 6th or 7th name to be discussed. But that's how it happens today. Today you have, even in the Indian team, you have 4 or 5 Bombay players are a given, right? But those were different times. I think nowadays it's better for players nowadays, because even at a Ranji level or a national level, the selectors give you a long rope. They'll say, Ambey, the next 4 or 5 innings you are getting. So they'll give you a chance to succeed, basically.
That is your role as you after playing for India.
Yeah.
And tell us the Nike break. That is the maker of Jatin. I think, according to me, Indian cricket and all this thing, being an Indian cricketer, being extraordinary cricketer, being an extraordinary education, but the Nike break makes a difference, Jatin Paranjape, with any other person.
I think that really set up my life after cricket because the way I learned at Dada Uni on how to play cricket, the deep culture, the deep cricketing intelligence I could get from my seniors in the dressing room, the real deep,
how to gain respect,
the real deep understanding about the game, ethics, everything forms part of that, right? That same, think of Nike as another Dada Uni for me, where I learned from the best of the best in the world of sports marketing. Some of them are still, somebody is Cristiano Ronaldo's manager, somebody is the CEO of the NBA, somebody else is looking after Saudi Arabia, sports investment, all big guys. And they were very, very giving in their nature. So they helped me a lot, taught me a lot. So my entire next innings, my second innings started with Nike. I spent more than a decade, more than 10 years at Nike, and even now when I'm running KHELOMORE, I run it on the same principles as Nike as well.
It's the wider way of thinking.
Yeah, it's about a team. It's about having belief in your team members. So we have a 35-member team right now at KHELOMORE. I don't think I've asked anybody what time did you come to office, what time did you leave office. This is your job. If you have any problems, I'll clarify what the job is, and then I believe in you to go and do that job. So
your selection basis is the most guide. The seeding is very important, but the seeding part is
exactly. So that's similarly at Nike. Nike didn't have, I don't know now, but at that time there was no punch in, punch out system.
Seeding is
nobody called you. Ki boss kidhar hai? Or nothing like that. It was understood that once somebody is there to do a job, he or she will do that job. Yeah.
Tell us some of your reactions with Cristiano, Roger, Federer, international stars, and even Virat Kohli and more. And you were the first guy. Tell us something about the Nike instances.
My Nike career started with my first signing for Nike. As a Nike guy, my first signing was Virat Kohli.
Oh, wow.
At the age of 16. Even before he had played under 19 or anything. But something told me that this guy will be a really big player because he was very self-confident.
Yeah.
I think he would not disagree if I use the word cocky also.
Okay.
He was pretty kind of in your face at that time. But then, so signed a lot of players. Some of them made it, some of them didn't make it. And then had the chance to work with the best footballers in the world. Had the chance to meet Mr. Phil Knight a few times as well.
Wow.
So much exposure. It was just a big education. Every day was like a huge education for me, because when you deal with athletes, you also deal with their managers, and then you deal with football clubs, and then you're dealing with their management. So you get such a wide range of experience. I always believe that in life you need to be a sponge. So if you see something good from in somebody else, you should appreciate that quality and try and see where can it fit into your entire plate.
Nike, I've seen that one picture where Roger Federer signed to VASU sir and signatures. Your interactions with international personalities made you even think of, you were always broad-minded, coming from VASU sir's lineup. You were always a widespread thinking, the process you had, thinking always big, and you got the opportunity to be with big people, and you did extraordinary. And then the concept of KHELOMORE. How did it? What was the thing it put in your head?
We were based in Amsterdam as a family with Nike. I was at Nike's European headquarters, and I made a couple of friends who worked for Booking.com. Okay. And Booking.com it's based in Amsterdam because their founder is Dutch. And I love how Booking.com put all the hotels on one platform, and you could.
This is some 10 years back.
15 years back.
15 years.
And you can then select from. So I thought कि India में ऐसा कुछ करना चाहिए कि all the supply side of sports should be on one platform. And then what happened was that this was the year 2014 when I started thinking about KHELOMORE, about doing something after Nike, because I said ki now I want to do something.
But actually you pick on Nike, you still could have elaborated and stayed there for 10 years.
I had a very enviable job at Nike. My seniors, when I told them I wanted to leave, they said, "Are you serious?" So I said, "No, I'm serious."
कुछ को तलाश का था. You search yourself.
And then what happened was that in May 2014, Mr. Modi became Prime Minister.
Okay.
And I am a big fan of Modi ji. I think he's an amazing person. He really doing brilliantly for our country. And when he became Prime Minister, I told Gandhani ki boss, abhi we should go back. So then from 14 onwards, I was thinking of it. Finally, in 2015 we came back. 2016, 17, I think it's 2016 I left Nike. And then immediately the BCCI made me a selector. So from 16 to 19, I was a selector. But the KHELOMORE idea is to make sports very accessible to people. Like today we have Swiggy to look for food. We have Make My Trip, which is a fantastic platform to book our travel. And then we have Amazon for anything that you want, right? You want a tripod, you want a camera, you want a plug, Amazon has it. But so something needs to be there for sport where I can access sport very easily. So that was the thinking around the KHELOMORE platform. And the name also I didn't know. I was just one Sunday afternoon just sitting at home in the, and I thought ki chalo, let me think about something to call my company. And then I thought ki KHELOMORE is a nice name, yeah. And I said, chalo, dekhte if it's available. So I went on GoDaddy quickly and it was available. Khatak karke maine book kar diya. Yeah, so that's how the KHELOMORE thing started. And today I'm so proud that, the team which we have is really doing amazing work. Today if you go in sport and if you say KHELOMORE, then people will know about it, so really proud of how that entire journey has.
I talked about Vasu sir, I talked about madam, your mom. Tell us something about the other side of the family, your wife and your kids, what they're doing, how they interact with you on your profession, how your busy affairs.
Yeah, my wife, she's been a real pillar of support for me. She's not a sports person, she's more a gym kind of person and yoga and all of that, but not a big cricket fan, but always like a super support. When you become an entrepreneur, you can be rest assured that the journey is not going to be pretty. It is going to be one hell of a journey. And in these journeys, you need a very stable partner. Yeah. And that she's been that for me.
She's been the rock.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then my children are Aditi and Dhruv. They're twins. Aditi, they're in 12th standard now. Dhruv does maths, physics, chemistry, very engineering oriented kind of mind. Yeah. And my daughter. He plays football regularly. Now today is the quarterfinal. He'll be stuck watching France-Portugal.
Okay.
So big football fan, plays a lot of football. They swim. Aditi is now doing literature, economics and psychology. So they're in 12th standard, but we are like, and my mom lives with us, so they're like,
gelling all together.
Close-knit family.
You reached to KHELOMORE, you started off playing cricket with Dadar Union, you reached to KHELOMORE, and you have, as a planner, you have views, you have plans, you have vision. What's your vision of life and business and extension of KHELOMORE and what else?
I decided a couple of years back that KHELOMORE should be able to help 50,000 people, 50,000 stakeholders on the supply side. It could be a venue, it could be a tournament, it could be a coach. So that 50,000 may say, I think we have over the last 6 years, I think we've given bookings, so that's more business. So I want KHELOMORE, my objective is to give 50,000 stakeholders on the supply side of sport more business. So currently we are at about 3,500. So 15.
So you're on the process of 10-12% you have achieved to what your task is.
Yes.
And that's good enough.
With guys like you on the team, then we'll go faster.
It's okay, me being part of the KHELOMORE and we are all together, and the unit you have is your strength. Like, the staff, the movement, the people, as you said, you don't have to check, but they also are giving your best out. I was 2 days part of the training unit, and I felt so touched. I never seen a philosophy of office administration going the way in what was happening there.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk too much on that. Your vision is very clear. I come up to some snapshots and something you want to say.
Nothing. We are right now just very big part. I keep telling everybody that the strongest countries economically in the world are also the strongest countries from a sports perspective. And it's
Correct.
if you look at the G7 meeting which happened in Italy a couple of weeks back, those 7 countries are the best 7 sports countries as well. So it's not a coincidence. So my entire life is going to revolve around how can I get more Indians to play sport, and how can KHELOMORE and the team at KHELOMORE get more Indians to play sport and rapidly scale it up to reach 50,000 as fast as possible. If we do 50,000 stakeholders, means we are impacting on an average about 200 people, 200 consumers per stakeholder. So 50,000 into 200 is 10 lakh.
So you're keeping that figures already in your mind.
So 1 million people should play sport because of us.
Statistically, you're already there.
Yeah.
We have achieved
I
some
think
12%.
we'll go to 20-30 million if you ask me.
True.
Like first target take 1 million.
Step by step.
Yeah.
So you're already at 12% to your first target.
Yeah.
And as you said, yes, of course, even India, when it's strengthening its economic over the last 10 years or 15 years, and India is doing excellent in the sports.
Yeah.
And that's KHELOMORE, and there's many things.
Yeah.
KHELO India, there's a lot of things.
So India has the youngest population in the world. And it's going to remain the youngest population according to all reports for the next 7 to 10 decades.
Oh wow.
So this is the time when you have to give Indians access to sport, and there's a big chance for a sports brand to become a massive brand in the country.
Wow.
So we just are keeping our fingers crossed that it's KHELOMORE that becomes the brand that goes IPO one day, and that that a retail investor can invest in, because I feel that Indians want sport, they want to play sport. Nobody wants to work out in a gym 5 times a week. They want to go out and play box cricket or badminton or pickleball or football, and we are just giving them that opportunity.
Wow, super. I'll take a small snapshot with you. What do you miss in life?
What do I miss in life? I lost a very dear friend, Rajesh Sanghi. I miss that friendship part of it.
That's all.
Yeah.
You guys are really close.
Yeah.
What is that you would go for? If you had to choose one thing between cricket or something else?
Thankfully, that choice never came up. But I would have
Been an IAS officer?
I would have maybe done something in the government. Because I think I just want to devote all my time towards the country, basically.
Today's game, France taking on Portugal.
I think France will win. Portugal will be their cranky, defensive.
Don't forget you're in Goa.
Yeah, I know. So we'll have to be quiet.
Yeah. If you had to choose between a place where you would like to settle down, you always talk about Goa. Would it be Spain or Goa? Goa.
100%.
Not much. You're too senior to go in the snapshots and go that's. What is your favorite food?
My favorite food is varan bhat and surme fry.
Kingfish and varan bhat. Last but not the least, advice to people who are leaving. I'm not saying youngsters. People who are leaving and trying to make something out of their life.
Keep trying every single day. It's a gift to be able to breathe. So as long as you're breathing, you have a chance, boss. You have a chance.
Jatin, thank you very much.
Thank you. And we'll have another detailed one soon.